They say high school is the best 4 years of our lives, but is this applicable to every student?
In fact, about 9 out of 10 homosexuals have reported being bullied at school within the past year because of their sexual orientation.
Gay teens are 8.4 times more likely to report having attempted suicide and 5.9 times more likely to report high levels of depression. To determine if MCI falls under this statistic, we asked students the following. Do you feel that your friends' actions and attitudes contribute to the statistic?
Towards the LGBT community are not harsh or negative. They're actually very supportive, and I'm actually a part of GSA and most of my friends are in it, so that's probably why. So I'm actually just surrounded by people who are very supportive, but I have noticed there are a few in our school even that are quite negative and use derogatory terms. However, they don't always know that it's derogatory, so I don't know if they really do mean it. So, I think that for the majority or for the most part, all my friends are really supportive of the LGBT community, but I do see that there are some people here and there that have some negative opinions on it. And this could be a factor to contribute to the stat that you guys said, but I don't think that that's the main reason.
And I think me and my friends are very accepting towards homosexuals because we don't really care. You're still a person, just because you like a man or just because you like the same sex doesn't mean you're bad or something. So yeah, we're very accepting. I'm very accepting. My friends are very accepting.
We asked the simple question of whether the student is religious or not.
Religious. Religious. Non-religious. Non-religious. Non-religious.
Non-religious. Non-religious. Non-religious.
We then asked the same students whether they support homosexuals or not.
No. No.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This confirmed that there was a clear correlation between religion and whether the student supported homosexuality or not. To gain further knowledge, we sought out a priest to ask about the viewpoints of Christianity and whether he felt that it contributed to the negative attitudes towards homosexuality.
To see everyone as equal in the eyes of God, right, fundamentally. And then that's the spirituality of Christianity. What becomes a little more cloudy is the morality of Christianity. Christianity borrows from an Old Testament morality, the covenantal morality, which the Old Testament is really negative about homosexuality. But modern psychology has a different viewpoint, and modern religion has to and is working together with the modern sciences, like modern anthropology, psychology, all those new sciences, and inform religion, so that religion doesn't stay behind or doesn't become regressive. So, in terms of morality, it's more complicated. Although spiritually everyone is equal, everyone is a child of God.
After, we asked him how he, as a priest, feels about the openness of homosexuality in our culture today.
There's more public discussion, more public explanation. There's more public acceptance, but at the same time, there's also more public resistance, more public reaction. Like when was it, Zuri, last week or 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, there was some incident at school with respect to a guest or someone, and the Twitters, the messages sent were really violent and really strongly insulting and really strongly homophobic. So while there's more public discussion of it, there's also negative reaction. I don't know where the negative reaction comes from, because where the negative reaction came from in a school, the principal had to get on and explain, I didn't like that. You said I didn't like that. It came from the youth. It didn't come from the older generation. Now, that doesn't mean that the older generation, let's say the previous generation, wouldn't also, I don't know whether they'd be positive or negative, what their attitudes would be. But here, that's an interesting, controversial topic. It's been mandated that all schools improve public image of this topic, so that students who have the orientation feel safer, feel more comfortable, and feel more accepted, and so that they're not bullied and violated, bullied and actually assaulted, because you have that also happening. So you have a lot of stuff that's left over, and a lot of new attitudes, new openness. It's a complex issue. It's even, like, for example, with the reaction from the school here, they got a lot of vicious, homophobic Twitter remarks. The principal he spent 10 minutes on the PA saying, I don't like that, explaining why he didn't like that, explaining how one of his best friends in high school was barely made it out of high school because he felt so threatened and he felt so afraid. So that's my take on, on what's going on so far.
As the priest stated, religion does indeed play its role in the hatred towards homosexuality. But the real root of hatred stems from those who choose to project this hatred outwards and towards others. As you can see, determining the cause of hate towards homosexuality is debatable and seems to have more than one cause.
Why are students using derogatory terms about homosexuals so lightly? In order to find out how our school is approaching the situation, we are able to get the understanding from the head of the Gay Student Alliance, Ms. Stobie. We informed her that homosexual students are much more likely to report harassment to school authorities when their school had comprehensive policies on bullying and harassment. And we proceeded to ask her, how is our school implementing these policies?
Having little documentaries like this, which is really important because you get to learn and show your fellow classmates, right? And you guys are quite a diverse group. Also, I think that our GSA has finally started. It started last year, and it's continued this year. And so, funnily enough, this is Rainbow Week. You're interviewing me on Rainbow Week, which we're trying to promote and educate students to understand that people are different and to respect difference and that difference is good. And the third thing is that we have a great principal who is trying to integrate and have people be inclusive in things that we do. So that's what we're doing at our school. I'm sure there's lots more going on in classes, especially in some of your English classes that you're doing.
To see what other schools were doing, we asked a religion teacher at a nearby Catholic high school, Father Michael McGivney.
Catholic school, we stress world religions, like everyone takes world religions. Whereas, for example, in Middlesex, I don't even know if you have a class of world religions, even one class, grade 11. I'm not sure. I knew a teacher there who, a few years ago, had a world religions class, but here everyone takes world religions. That's just, but like we're making a stronger and stronger effort in the Catholic system to be more sensitive, more respectful, and to be more protective of young people, because their lives are the lives of great pressure, threats in some cases, to be respectful of everybody that we teach, whatever their background is and whatever their orientation is.
When it comes to bullying prevention, it is important to remember that these gay bullying statistics will never go down if action isn't taken.
This is why it is important for teens to report incidents they are victims of, or even if they witness a bullying event take place.
Even if it's